More detail. Well, it's the beach.
And there's sand.
And there's sand. And these are the clouds. Okay, that kind of the plane crash kind of ties in. Because like this was 9/11 at the beach because we were at the beach. We were at the beach when 9/11 happened. And then this is Diana dead. But the phoenix is coming out of here because she is going to go to heaven.
Mm-hmm.
So the phoenix is coming out of the cremains. But this is the leftover part. This is the part that will be in heaven. And we're putting this.
Why are you taking everything out of the sand?
The mirror is upside down in the sand because we don't care what we look like at this point. But because of these, like the past tragedy and the future hope, and we're gonna like stay right here in the present, and Diana can come in the cremain bucket.
And the shark can represent the
outlying dangers.
The current potential dangers that if you stay focused on, then you don't enjoy.
It's true, and we're going to enjoy
all
this
of this
part.
stuff, and we're going to enjoy this part.
Yeah, and this part's like the house, the children asleep.
Or climbing the walls, whichever.
But the beach, the boardwalk is coming to the water, to the sand, to the play.
Okay.
There's no golf.
Darn.
There's golf.
There's golf.
There's golf.
But I like the beach too.
She likes the
Yeah.
beach to walk.
The beach.
To walk.
I like to do it after golf or before golf.
Not during golf.
Not during golf. No, you're right.
That
You
would
really
be
don't
me.
want to get in the
I
sand
really
traps.
don't want to be in the sand
No.
traps.
And this is the stack of stones to remind us of what God has done for us, because that's the way we roll. And so when somebody says, "What's that stack of stones for?" then you say, "This is what God is to remind us of what God has done for us." This is an ice cream cone at the beach,
Otherwise known as a gazing ball. It's blue.
otherwise known as a gazing ball. Yeah, and this is me at the beach, looking at the ocean, happy not to go play golf. Leave me alone at the beach. I'm not sure why. What's the green thing on my head?
The children were just being silly.
The children were being silly.
Your child was being so.
My child was being silly. And this is the shell because it is the beach. And this is the water at the
And
beach,
this is her glass of wine at the beach.
which I don't do at the beach.
You should, though.
Well, we've got that issue with Dan.
Oh.
See?
Oh.
Now it's all going to hell. You messed with the Ebenezer.
Oh!
That's why I'm not touching it.
Okay. Talk on while I do this.
I think you did a lovely job.
Mhm.
We have the water and the clouds. Lots of people and relationships.
Lots of relationships. Sometimes messy, but we send them to their room when they're messy.
Doesn't always work with the grown-ups.
If only. Now I'm nervous
Because we're all watching.
Yeah. and I think, the compass is to show us true north. And the feather is because it's a feather in Chris's cap.
Not sure why mine, but
Well, you were.
Okay, I'm not doing the blue. Okay, I think we covered all the
I'm not sure that we
elements.
have a 10-minute dialogue left.
Oh, no, that's fine. I can ask the questions. I'm curious. Could you tell me more about what true north and the compass means?
I could. Because I think I feel secure in the present because I think I've got, when I think I've got an eye, like the future's covered. And so like it feels like true north, as long as I know the orientation of the place that I'm sitting, then that feels like I'm good to go right now. I don't have to be worried about the future because that future piece is here. No, the future piece is like the phoenix piece. It's the heaven piece. So like this is all good. Whatever's happening in the sandbox is fine. As long as that piece is, you got that figured out.
And like you said, there's tragedies can rock your sense of
Right.
the future and what's coming, and you lose your sense of true north unless you have either you find something else to replace what you've lost, or you have a bigger picture
Right.
that is not subject to the ups and downs of the current
Right.
world.
True. Exactly. Thank you.
And what was the other? The stones? No, you just asked about True North.
And I think that's part of it is this feels like any kind of like a contained, controlled environment, is a real fantasy. I mean, I know that's a fantasy. I know these are all fantasy pieces. But in a way, it's like even going to Cape May is like a real fantasy. But as long as I know it's like this is just, that there's something outside this, then I can truly enjoy this part.
What do you mean it's a fantasy?
Well, I mean, everybody's away from the work, they're away from their pipes that are breaking, or their toilet that doesn't work, or if something goes wrong, we call the landlord and we don't have to fix it.
So it's like a step outside of reality.
Yeah, it's a step outside of reality. You go to the beach.
Vacation.
It's a vacation. But it's a fantasy, because you really don't live there. You just don't live like that all the time. Just when you go to Stoff's. Take your shoes off and pretend you're there.
Can you tell me more about the mirror?
That's yours, honey.
Well, before we came here, we were talking about facelifts and jowls and all this kind of stuff.
Like this part that we said.
And so we decided that we didn't care. We were going to not look in the mirror and decide that anymore, or look at that anymore. At least I think, because
She's not getting cut.
I'm not getting cut. I couldn't stand the thought of having a razor blade cut me.
Yeah, so we're not looking at them. We're not caring. And she got her two-piece bathing suit for the beach, and she's not caring what it looks like.
Well, I really got the two-piece bathing suit because my children are fascinated with these squirters that we got, and they love to squirt, and I feel uncomfortable running around my front yard with a bathing suit on. It seems a little inappropriate at my age. And so this two-piece has like just a tiniest little bit of a skirt to it. So then I feel like I'm not wearing shorts that are falling off because they're soaking wet, as David pointed out.
Oh, he did.
Oh yeah, he's like, I can see your underwear, because the shorts are falling off because they're soaking wet. So now I have something else to
You
wear.
might go to the backyard for this activity.
Well, but the water supply
is
in the front yard.
Okay, gotcha.
So, anyway. So yes, the mirror.
The mirrors. Yeah, we're not. It's just.
We're not going to dwell on what.
We're not going to dwell, so it's far off in the corner.
Cool, I love it. You guys did a great job. So there's some dangerous parts, and sort of they're in the corners. The
Sure.
plane crash and the shark and.
The mirror is a dangerous part. The mirror is a dangerous part.
The house can sometimes be a dangerous
The
place.
house can be a dangerous. This is the part we're concentrating on right here.
Great. It's future. Can you tell me a little bit more about the urn and the phoenix? I know you guys have talked a lot about it, but I'm ready if you want to elaborate.
I just popped to my mind because it reminded me of an urn, and I just thought, I want to be cremated. My husband doesn't agree with me because he thinks that the Bible contradicts that. That I can't stand the thought of being in a box and being buried. So that's just the first thing I thought of. And then the fact that I'm going to go to heaven, so that's why that's there.
And then we'll sit at the beach and look at the clouds and think.
Yeah, and I'll probably pass before they do since I'm a few years older.
But you never know about that.
Yeah, that's true. You never know about that.
Yeah, as
You never know about that.
Yeah.
As in that corner illustrates, yeah.
Great. Can you show me what the kids do? What are the kids doing on the boardwalk and sleeping in the house and stuff?
I think right at this moment, we just moved them because we liked the idea of the house, and they're running a little bit wild and climbing the walls and running out to the beach. And earlier we had them, buried in the sand and laying on their backs looking at the clouds. And I think it's a lot like herding cats, although they're getting old enough now that they can have a little bit more independence and they kind of stick together and look out for each other. But
There are 6 of them, so there were 6 dinosaurs, or at one point we had 6 dinosaurs.
5 dinosaurs and a
A
snake.
snake, yeah.
And then a few friends we picked up. But obviously they're a big part of all of our lives, our kids and our grandkids, and I think that it's part of the future in that we're investing in them and concerned about them, but also, making sure that they get to have a lot of fun and do kid-oriented things because they don't want to sit on the beach and build Ebenezer. Well, they do actually like to
They
build
do
Ebenezer.
love to do that.
They're not going to sit at the beach.
Excuse me, Lauren and Abby like to sit at the beach.
But what I meant was that energy level-wise,
Energy
all
level,
of us
that's
could
true.
sit at the beach the whole entire day and just get up to pee. But the kids, they want to run around, they want to play, they want to climb things, and that's...
So we take shifts.
Well, yeah, and it's, to me, that's important to value what they need. So.
And that's why I think that time, like taking off, like to let them do that in the mornings is really good. And people who want to be adults who want to sleep, my children who want to sleep can sleep. And your
That's one way to look at it.
Your children who want to play can play.
One way to look at it.
Good. Great. Finally, is there anything connected with what's next that we haven't mentioned that you guys
What's
would like
next?
to bring up now?
I think I just always, and again, part of it is just the events of the last however many years, is we never really know truly what's going to be next. And so we can have our fantasies, we can have our dreams, we can have our hopes, but we could get hit by a bus tomorrow. And so I think that I like the balance that we created, and I think that we have this idea of, we know what our ultimate next is with heaven. We know what our goals are. We all have goals and plans, but we also have a category for...
Golf balls are gold.
But we also, I just, without being morbid, I think I try to remember that I have no control over what I may be doing next week, but that if I truly believe that God is in control, then it'll all work out, and that I'll have what I need.
Yeah.
And remembering the tragedy stuff helps me stay focused to enjoy these moments.
Yeah, and I
not
think
take
that
them
makes,
for granted.
yeah, this stuff over here on the edges makes this stuff so sweet. It's like, it is like ice cream. It's like, this is like, because all these other things are out of control, out of your control. Like, so that kind of what's next question. I think it does, it's like right in the moment. Do we get to get ice cream next? Or do we get to go back and have dinner next? We get to, like it's so much tighter, it's so much smaller. What's next?
It also makes me think, just as a parent of young children, I love this idea of saying yes as often as possible. So there's times you have to say no, but like in this situation, can we go get ice cream? Yes, let's go get ice cream. Did you finish your lunch? Great, then let's go get ice cream. Or can we do whatever, and just thinking about trying to stay positive and enjoy the moments rather than get dragged down in the, well, no, you've been bad, so I'm taking away all your privileges for the rest of the
next 50
day.
years.
Well, okay, that's no fun for anybody. That's not fun for the adults or the kids, but just that idea of enjoying the moment and not being so focused on the past or the future that we lose the ability to enjoy what we have in the moment, even if it's
Golf.
a 5-year-old that
Beach.
whines all the time.
Great.
We're not melancholy though, so
Oh, I love it. You
I
guys
should say
are
I'm not
positive.
melancholy.
Any other final thoughts?
This has been fun.
Yeah.
If you need us to do this again, call us.
Give us different props though, because we'd probably create the same thing again.
Let's go to the beach. It's very beautiful. Great job. Okay. Here's in my script. Each of you has done a really great job today.
Here, feather in your cap.